Oi, bruv. So, I only started showcasing my clips in this game for a few days now, and every time someone has commented on one of my clips, it's been kind of the same thing. It's usually something along the lines of your aim is good, but then sometimes you get the funny ones. Even though I personally don't see my aim as being like completely top tier, it still does beg the question how I got my aim in the first place. And I don't like to gatekeep, so I'm gonna tell you exactly how I train my aim. I do training in game and training out of game, so I'm gonna show you both ways that happens. So I'm gonna start off with that out of game since that's what I mostly do. It's more of a raw aim warm up. If you don't know what Kovacs is, or what any aim trainer is for that matter, basically it's a separate game that helps you improve your aim in whatever game that you're playing. There's many scenarios that you can choose from, and just many categories of aim, generally switching, tracking, and clicking. Now, me personally, I think for this game you usually need just a little bit of tracking and a little bit of clicking, and that will pretty much do you fine. And I guess I'll give you some tips for what scenarios to pick. Personally, I got most of my scenarios from, I think, Aimer7's routine. I just looked up the routine and downloaded all the scenarios, and I just played them a lot. And I mean a lot. It's not all I do. I definitely play CSP more, but I play these scenarios a great amount. My best tip for aim training is pick a scenario that you miss a lot in, or that's a little bit harder than usual. Like if you feel like you really have to try to hit shots on that said scenario, then that is the scenario for you. Now, for all my poor people, Kovacs unfortunately isn't free. It's $5, I think, on Steam. But there's always aim labs, or literally there's like websites you can go on to aim train as well if you really need to, but you don't have any money whatsoever. If I were to give some like general recommendations, if you just want to practice like headshots alone or just precision clicking alone, definitely do one wall, six targets original. That was one of the original scenarios that I played to really get into learning headshots. But now if you're looking for more tracking, the way I learned my tracking was definitely close to long strafe, Invincible. If you play that for a good amount, you'll just get better at tracking, no doubt. And one thing more that I want to say about aim training is don't get discouraged by the scores you get. They don't fully determine how good your aim is. They kind of give like a general of how good your aim is, but they don't show like the full potential of your aim. I would recommend probably using benchmarks, but never really score chase. The whole point of doing aim training is getting good mouse control and keeping your cursor on the target. If you're not building good habits, that will only hinder you back from doing that. And now with that part out of the way, let's get to how I train in game. So basically, there's like two types of maps that I do. I'll do like a flat map, and then I'll do one with a lot of horizontal movement, or I guess difference, I guess. And now basically the settings I like to do for when I'm aim training in here, obviously that, like basically all the same settings. So disable cursor, eliminate ammo, but no bot damage. I do 0 bot damage. And just set your FOV, whatever. Other settings you got. Air guns. So now, basically when they shoot at you, there's gonna be no damage. And this is literally how I learned aim. I would basically go in here and take AK and just honestly, like, I feel like this is pretty much where I figured out, like, murder coin. Let's say you have to flick up at I like to be like just on top of one of these rods. It doesn't really matter which one, but it's anyone that you can like. I would recommend only training for like maybe like 2 hours, maybe, or like an hour, or maybe like 40 minutes. It really depends on how much you want to train and stuff like that. But I would say don't go too crazy on the training. But if you want to go too crazy on a training, then you can go for it. I hope this video helps 1 to 5 CS portable players hit their first aim clip. And I'm that's staying in. Nah, that's staying in.